Mic test, mic test. Welcome everybody to the Profoundless podcast. This is the third episode. We are so back. If you didn't remember, this is the show where we got three of us here. One of us hosts. The other two compete for hostship. Some might say that's a familiar concept. I would say I don't know what you're talking about. Last week, Merk provided us with a enthralling game of higher or lower. Had a great time. Merk, thank you. You guys loved that episode, but we are so back. I'm joined by my fellas here, Jeb and Merk.
How you doing?
Say hello, fellas.
Hey.
Yes, hello.
Yeah. It's me, Jeb.
It's him.
Yep, it's him. He's the one.
It's him. It's us.
I'm still here.
So, fellas, got any Thanksgiving plans? I heard the holiday is nearer than we think.
Travel. Much traveling.
Travel?
Flights, unreasonable prices for flights, but still. I'd rather be home for like a couple of days.
Nice.
True.
Jeb,
I'll be headed. Yeah.
He's headed.
I'll be headed. Me and the wife.
Oh.
Get a new car. Finally get this
Wow.
car situation sorted out.
For those who don't know, Jeb doesn't have the best blessing, as we say, with cars.
1 through 5 cars this year. It's been great.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
You're an expert on making payments then.
Well, what can I say? I hate money.
All right, fellas. Great small
What
talk.
you got?
For me, Thanksgiving will consist of turkey bowl, a great tradition that you both participated in. We could tell some stories about turkey bowl. If we want.
Pain.
Well, I think the worst that happened to me in that wonderful event was bloody hands from icy turkeys, or chicken, I guess. But I didn't really get that injured. You know.
Let's explain the turkey bowl a little bit for those that are uncultured in small town.
Turkey bowl probably just sounds like the football game that comes on Thanksgiving, which it is. But in small town, a turkey bowl is where you take a turkey traditionally, but for us it's a small chicken, and you freeze it and you wrap it with duct tape, keep the salmonella inside,
It's about 20
and
years
you
old.
play.
How old is that thing? About 20 years.
It's ancient at this point. It's
Yep.
probably over 20 years old. But yeah, play tackle football with it, and it's a good time. And then once it starts to melt and you get the chicken juice on your fingers, you play with a football. Yeah, small town youth group activities, though. Good memories, especially when there was like 6 inches of snow in the pit.
Yeah.
And, your hands are like red
Nice.
through. But yeah, good times, fellas.
The biggest guy always gets the ball, so it's just 6 people trying to wrap his legs and then get kicked in the jaw.
And then the biggest guy falls on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and leg lays on you.
That has happened. That was an injury I was thinking about.
Stiff arm a
kidding.
child.
Getting flattened.
It's just good.
Yeah, it gets physical. Let's say that.
I can't remember anyone bleeding.
You just didn't look close enough, right?
Yeah. Good small talk. Jeb, you got points for broken car, and Merk, you got points for spending lots of money on flights.
Real
Yes.
unreasonable amount.
Yeah.
You deserve some sort of compensation, maybe pity.
Booked in advance, mind you.
That's how you got to do it, because the prices just keep going up.
Yeah, we could just get some airline plugs. That'd be really good.
Okay, and if also if you weren't
Wonder if you
aware,
like Burger
head over. If you weren't aware, head over to Spotify, give us a rating, leave a comment on Spotify, because that's something you can do. Also, it should be a video on Spotify, so you can watch it there, or on YouTube. Give us a follow and a thumbs up. And turn that notification bell on, and also follow us at profoundless on Instagram.
I would not blame you if you did not turn notifications on, I ain't gonna lie.
Turn them on. Do it.
You don't want to miss it.
Because there is a competition on who is the best listener, and currently it is a landslide. But anyway, let's get into this episode, fellas. Jeb, I feel like I should give you some points for relevancy, because today's topic,
Knee surgery.
me when knee surgery is tomorrow. So, my great idea for today, fellas, is titled Upgrade My Truck. All right. I have my dream truck right now, I don't think that's going to change. I always wanted a Toyota Tacoma because my grandpa had one. And about a year ago, he sold it to me. So that's crazy. I got my dream truck, and it has a lot of nostalgia points attached to it. So nostalgia points for me. Let me just type that in. Anyway, I love that truck. It is not only a good reliable truck, Toyota, always reliable, but also it looks cool. I want to go off-roading with it. And I don't have a whole lot of upgrades on it right now. Maybe I'll put in a picture. Probably not. I'll probably figure out that's too hard to do. Picture right here. I need some upgrades. I'll tell you what I got so far. I got that lift kit. Jeb, you saw that. A little 3-inch lift kit. Had some clearance. It allows for a little bigger tires, which was my second upgrade on it. And I also painted the rims black, which you did not see when you were here, Jeb, but the rims are nice black, and it just looks so cool right now. But I need you guys' help to get some good upgrades. Give me some good ideas of things I can put on my truck. Feel free to use Google. Feel free to take a second to look up good things. I'll tell you, I already have WeatherTech floor mats.
I was just about to say that. Never mind.
The flooring. And I also do have that tonneau cover that's on the back that covers the bed that can roll up when to increase aerodynamics. And also I'm not carrying things all the time, so keep things dry in the back. I'll be giving out points based on good ideas for my truck upgrades, and perhaps the winner. Maybe I'll get one of your suggestions.
Basics,
What kind of sound system are you working with here?
You're already competing. Eric, what?
Sound system.
Sound system. Yeah.
Sound system is just stock.
It's your audio.
I went to Car Toys and looked at some speakers and stuff, but the stereo is stock, which is all right.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, what year is it?
Brand?
It's a 2013 Toyota Tacoma.
And what trim model?
It's the 4-door double cab or whatever, 4x4. It's gray, if that is helpful.
That's vital. It's huge.
Flashbang out.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So let me
It's so bright.
The main objective of this truck is to go off-roading, and other than the fact that you
it's
get
an
from
objective.
Yeah, so you're going from A to B, but you also want to get there no matter what the terrain looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good way.
Yeah.
Good way to look at it, I guess. Okay, Brave plug, great browser, but doesn't have a very good algorithm. Just saying, good AI system, not good algorithm.
I'm also using Brave.
Same.
Yeah, very good.
You know,
I just
one
can't
thing
deal with Chrome, but
Safe
that
browsing.
is pretty helpful, especially for getting like better clearance, but also durability out of the truck, is getting a nice bumper, depending on what you want. You know, you don't have to get the grill, but you get those nice aftermarket bumpers, front and back, that really give you a lot more utility, like light bars, winches, protection, stuff like that. Not really too expensive, especially for Tacomas, because a lot of people are putting those in.
So are you lumping in light bar and winches with your suggestion of bumper?
I'm thinking of like a highly modified front and back bumper. The nice part is if you back into something, it doesn't just completely fold in on itself, and you get more lights, which if you're serious about off-roading. I don't really like the light bar on the top. I don't really think that like gets a whole lot of use unless you have it like shining at other parts of the truck. You know, would you see yourself going camping in this thing?
Definitely. That's one reason why I got it, is so that I could get harder to get to places for camping. And I have a truck tent that sits in the truck bed, and you can put a cot back there like an air mattress, and great quality. One of the fiberglass poles already split in half, but that's all right.
Well, I guess that gives you your first sense of you go cheap, you get what you get.
True.
Pay for.
Bumper with upgrades. Are we talking, would I have to modify the body to put on these bumpers, especially the rear bumper?
Well, I mean, to an extent. Like, you're going to adjust the fenders, and you're going to adjust the front fairings and stuff like that. But you're not going to, like, need to, well, I guess it depends on what you get. But, like, you don't need to, like, start welding things and all that. Like, they should definitely be able to make it to where it kind of ties into the existing structure. depending on what you want. I guess if you get things like skid plates and stuff like that, maybe you want to reinforce that more than just whatever's there, the plastic bumper that is there now. But you don't want a topper, is what I'm understanding.
Topper?
Like a bed cover. No, something more than a tonneau cover, like an actual hard top bed cover.
Oh yeah, I'd probably just keep the bed cover, the tonneau cover on there because I paid a pretty alright amount for it. And I mean, maybe I should let one of you guys suggest this, but it's pretty easy to take that off. So
Yeah.
maybe like one of those rack things,
Oh,
you know, that sits down, and then you can put like the gas cans, you know, make it look all like I go off-roading, bruh.
Yeah,
Put a shovel and a fire extinguisher on there just for fun.
To be edgy.
Yeah. But great suggestion, Jeb, because that's one thing I was looking at was bumpers, especially a rear bumper. I would be okay with a little modification because it's pretty easy to use the frame, the existing frame. Yeah, to mount a bumper. And I've seen some ones where they cut it off right below the tail light, which look pretty cool. And then it adds a little bit of clearance in the back.
Yeah.
It's a little thinner. Front bumpers, though, can be really expensive depending on where you look.
But the nice thing is they really help, like, off-roading wildlife. You know, like, you get some extra protection. And I have a good experience with wildlife and cars.
Yeah.
You know, the more you can reduce... the more you can reduce the damage.
So what happened with you for our listeners?
Yeah. So beginning of this year, right? Yeah, you heard about my 5 cars. It all started with a deer. I just thought, you know, I'll take my new Volkswagen Jetta that I got because it's got, you know, great gas mileage, good reliable car, not really very old. Got it for my wife and myself so that we could have another commuter because we had an Equinox diesel, you know, good on pulling, good on fuel. And we're like, sure, we'll take this Jetta. It was super foggy, you know, on my way from one side of South Dakota to the other. You know, fog and night driving results in you hitting a deer, I guess. So that totaled that car. And then it's like, okay, you need a new car. So I got a Volkswagen Passat. Not that I'm a Volkswagen guy, but it was just another good car. And then I was like, this is great. We're good. Then the heater core went out in that thing. New car, fairly older. Heater core, covered by Volkswagen warranty. Amazing. 10-year-old car.
It's goated.
Yeah. And went to Idaho and back with that car. Worked great. But then the diesel Equinox started having issues. The particulate filter. Thank you, EPA. Yeah.
Real.
We love DEF. We love DEF fuel.
Yeah. The air... For those that are not maybe familiar, the exhaust recirculation system is garbage on most diesel vehicles. Volkswagen's been at it for a while, so they got it figured out mostly. Passat was doing fine, but we needed to get rid of the Equinox because it couldn't handle city driving. Didn't get to a high enough temperature to clear out the particulate. So got rid of that. Gave it to my mom. She lives in the country. So she'll use it, won't have that issue. We'll drive plenty. She'll love it. She needs it a new car anyway. So sold it to her, using the money, and have been looking ever since to get this new car situation. So we're selling the Passat because now it just didn't work because we needed something to pull. So we ended up getting the small pickup, Chevy Colorado. Older, but cheaper, works great. And it's like, well, we still need a road trip car for my wife. And we're like, we'll find like a cheap Ford Escape or something like that. No luck. Getting swindled by all these local car dealerships. And I was like, I'm tired of it. So I talked to my dad, and he's like, yo, I got you a deal at the dealership I work for. I'll give you my discount, and we'll just get you one of these Chevy Trax, they look like a Subaru kind of, and like the Subaru Outbacks. And so now we're going to pick that up. That's Thanksgiving plans for you.
Nice.
Oh, man.
So in the meantime, we're driving my mom's old car. It's like a Nissan Rogue, and that and the Chevy Colorado, and eventually it'll be that and the Trax. So figuring it out. There's your 5 cars, 1 year.
That's crazy.
It's great.
That's wild. I will say, for my job, I have to drive diesel engines, and always got to add the diff. And I can confirm they suck because I don't know what it is, but you get up to a certain amount of time driving it, and it'll do this thing where maybe, like you're saying, it's not hot enough, and it does the. I don't know if your car would do this, but it does the whole like loss of power thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Where you can only go 55 or slower, and you can't get up to speed fast enough. That's so annoying, especially for my job, which I'm not going to say what it is, but when you got to get places and you got to get to a lot of places and stop and go, it's not enjoyable to have that. But good job, Jeb. Good suggestion, and points for more car pain. So,
Yeah. More pain.
Merk,
Yeah.
lay it on me.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Easy win.
What do you want? For your truck or just like
truck?
For my truck.
something about me? I almost hit a deer every day. It's just that yeah, boar too. A couple armadillo as well. Armadillos are common. We hit those quite a while. No, well, I don't hit them. I just hit when they're dead. I just run them over to make sure. And then
Wait, what? Did I say that again?
I run. They're already dead. I can run them over.
You rerun them over?
Yeah, I rerun them over. I rerun them. Why is that a point? Why is that a point? That's normal. I'm not gonna slam on the brakes for something that's already dead. I ain't gonna do it.
I'm driving.
If it's a deer, I'm gonna avoid the deer. But it's an armadillo. It's just one little bump.
The way you said it made it sound like you see an armadillo and you go out of your way to run over it to make sure it's not living anymore.
No, I'm not that petty. Unless it's like a snake. I'll run over a snake.
Fair enough. Well, Merrick, do you have any suggestions what I should upgrade my truck with?
Yes, I do.
Henceforth.
I think, based on what you've been telling me, you do not have a touch screen. So you can get a cheap touch screen little multimedia receiver. Nice cheap, maybe like $150. Then connect that to some new speakers. Here, I just had one lined up for you if you wanted. JBL Club, $100. Just two of them, though. You can put them in the door speakers. Good quality, good ratings. Not a car guy. I just like some fun little things in the vehicle, such as new receiver. I take it you don't use any CDs.
I do not.
I thought you were a quality of life guy, Merk.
I will say, also for my job, it's very helpful to have Apple Play, like CarPlay. Because just navigation is so much easier when you just plug in your phone. And some of them have it, it's just Bluetooth Apple Play. So that's handy and dandy at the same time.
But yeah, if you had the multimedia receivers always have Bluetooth, it's just fancier ones can just, I don't know. They're more compatible, load quicker. Some simple ones, there's like cheap $200 ones. There's an $89 one. Oh no, that's a bad choice.
I was considering a sound system because I think one of the speakers might be a little bit blown out already.
Really?
I don't know what my grandpa was listening to.
Yeah.
Some crazy country music, just
Heavy banjo.
yes, certainly. Or that good old what's it? Phillips and Daly singing old Rugged
Vincent
Cross
Daly?
blasted.
Vincent.
Vincent Daly.
Amen.
Yeah.
How can you not blast it?
Yeah, so true.
Duh. Yeah, your little sound system upgrade. Personally, I would
think
just
that would
replace
be-
two of your 4 speakers, probably just the upper door.
The front ones. Yeah. True. Fair enough. Great
Just
suggestion.
like a vehicle.
You get
Let me look
points,
at
man.
I've been in your truck
Congrats.
before, I swear.
Congrats.
Yeah, I have.
Alright.
It looks kind of weird with the lift on it now because, like, the body looks short for some reason. Does that make sense? Like when it's
Yeah.
parked next to another truck,
Oh.
it's like so much shorter the body is, but it's higher.
It's a shrunk, like, yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
like how it looks. It looks like a racing truck almost now.
It's a skinny body.
Little rally.
What?
That was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's skinny.
Mud
It's
flaps.
supposed to be lower, but
You got some mud flaps.
True. That I was gonna say something like that, but that is helpful in the sense that if you're getting things like running boards or you're getting these nice skid plates and stuff like that, you don't want to just like obliterate all those things, especially with the lift. You know, you're gonna be flinging rocks like crazy. So like
True.
mud flaps, but like the fender fairings, you know, like the extended fairings.
What are they called? It's like the liners above your side windows. It's like the window cover, that kind of thing.
What do those do?
Window
I think
deflector.
it stops from rain getting on it.
Well, rain,
stuff.
mud, rocks, anything that's kind of,
Flying out.
falling down. Which could happen if you're going through a dune or something.
True.
True.
You get those
thingies.
those deflectors on the front of the hood.
Hood deflector too?
They're like those bug deflector things.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
It's just like that plasticky piece that kind of sits in the front.
Yeah, it just
Takes
adds
the
like
blow
an extra.
of whatever.
That's nice. And thinking like longevity of the vehicle. You know, things to keep the interior, exterior things pristine. I mean, the skid plates and the mud flaps help the exterior and the undercarriage, but sometimes the dashboard and really the interior quality can last a whole lot longer with just tinting or the covers you can get on the mat. Like when I was growing up, my dad had a cover on his Silverado on the dash. It was like this felt thing, but it kept the temperature in the car way lower. And it also protected his dash from degrading. And it also prevents that, like, I don't know, that residue that gets on the inner part of the windshield, like as just through time, like the fogger and the defogger and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I saw there's this product. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's Insta Tint. This is not sponsored, obviously, but it's like removable tint that you can get, and I don't know how it's not Velcro. It looks like Velcro in their pictures, but there's like a line at the top of the window that on the tint it also has the same kind of line, and you just press up against the window and it sticks, and you can take it off and put it back
like
on.
Adhesive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sticky or if it's something that actually has like grit or something, but they can do tints, and that was something I was looking at because it does get a little bit hot in the summer.
Let's see.
I don't have leather seats, so I'm not worried about like damage.
That's
I think
a good
I have
thing.
like a leather steering wheel, but
Can't stand leather seats. Cannot do it.
yes, I love the sweat that's on the back of my leg in a leather seated car. I don't know why leather seats they look good, I guess.
I mean, they last longer usually if they're real, but you get seat covers, you know, that's...
This guy and his ideas, he's got so many ideas.
True.
Seat covers.
Small things. I had an idea while
Yes.
we were talking.
Yes.
So, with the lift, it's taller, and I don't know how convenient it is hopping in and out. Obviously, people have all kinds of different running boards.
You want that running board, huh?
But I don't like running boards because I feel like I never use them, even when they are there. Sure,
I
it's
see it as a
convenient.
challenge.
Yeah.
I see it as a threat to my masculinity.
I could skip the running board and go right into it, yeah.
But the nice
If I
thing
step
that,
on this running board, I'm weak.
Exactly.
differentiates men from boys. But the nice thing that the bars would provide is if you're really going off-roading, is you get that protection, those like rock sliders, basically, that, you know, if you inevitably hit a bigger rock and your wheel drops off, you don't immediately just dent the cab or dent your door or something like that. Get that extra protection on the bottom, and helps with that kick up of rocks and stuff along the edge of the bottom.
Have you seen those ones that are electric that come out when you open the door?
Yeah, those I appreciate
crazy.
those because they actually go low enough for people that, you
Yeah.
know, and they don't stay there, you know, like you're just going to hit something. Your clearance is pointless at that point.
I do like the full bar one though, where it's just a full piece of metal. Like you said, more protection. That's a great suggestion, Jeb. Good job. I'm gonna have to type you up some points. I'm not spelling correctly, so when we get through these at the end, you guys are gonna be confused. Merk,
Yes.
what else? Got anything else for me?
You should get a Omni hitch. It's it's the ball hitch, multi-size. You know about that?
Is that the one that
580.
rotates?
Yeah.
You have some pretty crazy hitches.
Omni Hitch.
Hitch.
Omni Hitch didn't come up with anything. Let's do Hitch. Oh, that's just Will Smith.
Hitched. The movie. You need to get a
The
DVD
movie.
player so you can watch Hitched.
Suck up multi-ball hitch. That's what I'm talking about. I just call it the Omni Hitch. Just so if you encounter a couple of different trailers, a couple of different things.
That's one thing that I want to upgrade on the truck in the future. Like, I think it would be cool to have like a little camper trailer that you could pull, but I'm battling with that in my brain, and also just the bed camper that you can,
Yeah.
Do you keep a hitch on it now?
I don't, but it has the.
I honestly would, just because if people rear end you, they're taking the damage.
True. And it's probably going, if they're low enough, it's going into their windshield, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Defensive driving means adding armor.
Exactly. The hitch would be nice also, because people are always moving, especially at this stage in life. A lot of our friends are moving.
Yeah.
Very frequently, so I'm sure it would help to have like a little flatbed trailer type of thing.
Well, I've seen some pretty interesting things that like you could do in a more affordable sense, assuming that you don't have all the money for upgrades in the world. Like, that is one nice thing about the hardtop bed toppers, is that you can really easily turn them into small camper style things. I mean, you can get those tents that are like built for like the racks and stuff that you're talking about, but then you have the rack and the tent. None of those are going to be cheap, but the versatile nature of like the topper is just like. And if your
True.
plans change, you have some small business or something. A lot of small business owners use things like that.
It would be nice. There's this place that's sort of near where I work, and they have some good deals on those hard shells. So that'd be cool. Well, good suggestions. I didn't spell that right. This is an upgrade I've been considering. Let me know what you think. Muffler. New muffler. I like how it looks. It still sounds like a Prius. Or like a, the muffler on that thing is humongous. And I said, I said mongus. Because that thing is largely suspicious. And it is just, it's very quiet, I guess. It's a V6 truck. So it's not supposed to be aggressive sounding. But seriously, that thing is, the muffler on there is huge. It's supported like 4 or 5 different areas. And I was looking at a Widowmaker muffler. I don't know if you've seen those. They're like a little bit smaller, make it a little bit more growly, I guess. We know people who can do some welding, so wouldn't be hard to get it on there.
We got connections.
Yeah.
Run it on down
The
to
nice
the
thing,
local ag shop. They'll weld it on for free.
good old
Yeah,
school
exactly.
red names. That's a good point, because like you upgrade the exhaust, do things like turbos, things like that. You can really upgrade your power, and you can really upgrade your fuel efficiency with pulling off a lot of the stupid EPA required things. Heck, if I had my Equinox still, I'd just straight pipe that thing and roll coal down the street with an Equinox.
Amen, brother.
I still wanted to be able to
What
live
a
in
sight
town.
to behold.
So,
That's what the Lord
The
intended
Equinox.
of the Equinox.
amen.
True.
Really, I mean, you could get potentially better life out of your engine too. If you do it right, you can make it a lot worse too, but like you get a lot more power out of it.
That'd be cool.
Nice thing though, since it is your commuter, better fuel mileage.
And it's not going to sound terrible, I don't think, changing the exhaust and the muffler. Like, those mufflers are specifically made to, change the sound a little bit, which I like. But there's a little rust on it already, and it's coming off of one of the little weldings that it's held up by, so I would probably replace it soon anyway.
Yeah, that's also another, like, if you can like work against rust, get those like extra like enamel coatings for your frame and stuff, since it is a little bit older. That longevity of your truck, stuff like that. You can put a diesel engine in it.
That's a little out of my price range.
Full
And
swap,
the
huh?
date of this, I at the date of this recording, diesel is still a little bit more expensive.
You could just
We'll
take
see.
one of those old trucks.
About a month.
The farmers don't use anymore.
True. Well, good suggestion. Straight piping. Yeah, I agree. 100, as they say. Merk, you seem to be interior focused for your suggestions. What are some good other interior things I could add? Like I said, I already got the weather mats on the floors, still holding up. My grandpa got those while he owned it.
Hear me out. And this is a if. This is a big if. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Black ice pine tree.
Oh, this guy on black ice. That's a spicy smell.
What do we think? Oh.
Black ice. That's a great, huge upgrade.
How about a vanilla aroma pine tree?
I don't know if you know this, Merk. When I went in your car that one time and you had those barber pole Christmas tree.
Yeah, I like my barbershop smell. It's like
that
shave cream smell.
Yeah, I don't know why that smell got a lot of nostalgia from me. I don't know if it was like over the summers back when we would go to the lake and stuff, which would be a great topic for another podcast. But that smell has nostalgia attached to it for some reason for me. So I got a bunch of those for Christmas last year, and I still have one left. I'm chewing through them nice and slow so that I can enjoy them. But great smell. The barber pole one.
I got a mix of things now. I got like 7 different ones hanging off my mirror. They're all old. I put in a new vanilla one like a week ago. I just let them sit. They all kind of...
Do you take the wrapper all the way off, or do you take it slowly and let the smell leak out?
Slowly? You're supposed to do
Did
that?
you know that?
What?
Yeah,
are you supposed
on
to...
the wrapper?
It has the
What?
directions on the thing.
There's directions on? No, I just full blast it in the car.
With as many as you have owned, that is surprising.
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't seen that.
Well,
No, I just open it up. I never read the pack. You take it out and you put it on the mirror.
I saw a
And you
guy.
get blasted with smell every time you get in your
Yeah,
car.
that's completely fine. Because I pick good smells. I don't do black ice because it's suffocating when you get in. I pick
So that's
a
what you
nice scent.
suggested, black ice.
I
Nice
got a good story on black ice. There was a guy.
Blackface. Hold on.
Okay, Merk. You know I
Say
didn't say that.
blackface. I think he said that.
Yeah, I definitely
Halloween's
said that.
over.
Okay,
True.
there was a
No.
guy that
True.
came into the gas station while we were getting some food one time on like one of these, random weeks after youth group, and he, no joke, grabbed like 6 of those black ice things. And I watched him go out to his truck, and of course, he was one of the typical like massive, big straight pipe diesel guys that like just hopped in there and ripped the wrappers off of 6 brand new black ice pine trees and just wrapped them all around his like, how people put it on their windshield wiper like toggle thing.
Two explanations there. He's hiding a body, or he's hiding from his wife that he's smoking.
Yeah,
That would be my guess, like smoking in your truck, because that is suffocating.
yeah,
that
6
smell.
of them, 6 of them straight out of the package.
Even one is crazy.
Just, like, it's not gonna last longer.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like more intense.
Yeah.
He's got a date.
Well, yeah.
He's got to make
Fun
sure she
fact of the
can't
day.
smell him.
Yeah. Please smell my car freshener instead of me. Fun fact of the day, I guess, is those Christmas trees can last a little bit longer if you slowly unwrap them and pull them out.
Yeah.
The more you know.
It's for weak. That's weak.
Weak noses. Weak experience.
They're not that much. They're like $3, right, for a pack of 2.
I think they do packs of 3.
It's not a whole lot.
Something like that. Yeah, and they smell good. Especially like going to the gym and getting into my car after work. Probably not the best smell on the seats. Yeah, no, I'd agree. Great points. Great points.
Would you ever want to put lights? Lights?
Lights, like headlights?
Underglow. No, like you put lights in your wheel wells. Well lights, and then there's underglow
Are those
too.
illegal in Colorado?
Are they?
could
I
find
think they're
out.
illegal
I
in
don't
some
know.
states because they like distract. I mean, people do it all the time. I saw this one where he put it inside of his actual wheel. It looks cool, but according to multiple sources, neon underglow is not illegal in Colorado. Green colored lights are explicitly forbidden. Red and blue may not be visible from the front of the vehicle. Just don't do red and blue in general, it looks like, is the general suggestion. Well,
Why green?
I don't know why green. Something about emergency vehicles might be misconstrued.
Yes, I see so many green ambulances coming by.
I hate it when I get pulled over by the
Green cops.
foresty police.
Yeah.
The flashing
Smokey the
green and
Bear.
whites behind you.
They're
Oh,
saving
dang
that
it.
one.
I hate that. That's a good suggestion now that I know it's legal, because I was kind of on the fence about
Could do a nice
something like
purple
that. That'd be
underglow.
fire.
One of my friends here, he's got a totally just wrapped Mustang, and like it looks so weird, but it's nice. Like half of it's purple, half of it's white, like split down the middle. It's got like all these brands and stickers on it and wrapped and everything, and he's got like a nice light purple underglow to it, and it matches the paint, so it actually looks pretty good.
I think that would look good with my paint and like my wheels.
The wheel.
That would look pretty cool. I was looking at, well, on the topic of lights, I was looking at headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Getting different headlights.
Yeah.
They're not like in bad shape or anything, but I think it would look pretty cool. They're called Alpha Rex. You seen these? Give it a goog.
Alpha
Rex.
Do KCs make light for Toyota? Some KC lights.
But the Alpha Rex, you can get like smoked lights, where it's like, you know, the slightly tinted.
Yeah.
So bright.
My eyes. Be that guy that like just obliterates their eyesight when they have their brights on still. My grandpa used to brag about how he'd use his light bar to like blind people when they didn't turn their
evil.
turn their highlights on.
Sometimes I forget
Yeah.
you don't gotta take my eyes.
He's excited when they don't turn off their brights.
I was driving home from youth group or work one time or something, and it was snowing, but not very hard, where you would have to have your brights. And this guy had his fog lights and he had his brights on. And I flashed him, and he did not have his brights on. Those were just his normal lights.
That's
And he
ridiculous.
just even brighter brights. And I was just
Ugh.
oh my brother.
Just wreck it. Just trash. Just
True, just go.
wreck right
I
in
could
the-
probably sue. I could probably press charges. Who knows?
Dude, $1,000 for headlights. That's nuts.
Yeah, they're expensive.
$865. There's some ones for $480. It's not as bad, but dang.
What you could do is buy some individual mounts. You don't have to get a whole light bar. Just get like a 2-light mount, fog light pair pack system. These are pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but those Alpha Rex lights have the sequential turn signals.
Oh.
You seen those where it's like, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
I'm turning,
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
I'm turning.
turning blue. Well, holy moly, those.
Got yourself a list.
Wow.
That's quite the list.
I'm not
any
even a
more
car guy.
Second suggestions. This might not be much of an enjoyable episode for perhaps the female audience, but you know.
Do you usually clean your interior with anything? Like the dash surfaces?
I do not have any cleaning, like interior cleaning stuff. That would
I
be
recommend Meguiar's. I use Meguiar's in my car.
helpful. Maguire's. Let me.
I don't have actual leather in it. It keeps it dark, nice and sort of protected. I don't use the sunshade thing on the windshield as much as I should, but the dash hasn't faded at all, so I like to use that. Keeps the surfaces clean, looks good. I got their wax kit too, I just haven't got around to waxing it.
Rick's got a pretty nice car.
You would think, and then I show up to my current job, and then they're like, "What is that? Oh, you don't want a scat pack? You don't want a Hellcat in that? You want to trade that in for something else?" And I'm just like, "No, I don't want to trade in." They're like, "Why not?" It's like, I don't know, probably because you make $20,000 more than I do. It's like, I wonder why I don't spend money on my car. Oh.
Yeah. People's priorities
It's like-
are definitely different.
You're not going to do anything to it? No. Why do I need to do anything to it? There's people that complain like every other day that the car that they bring to work has like no AC, no heat. Its brakes are bad. The oil's bad, but they don't want to change it, and it's just like, well, this thing's a piece of crap. But my Corvette in my garage, it's like, why? Why do you have? You're complaining about one when the other is so much better, and you're forcing yourself to use the worst thing.
That's one thing about the Tacoma that is not my favorite thing is the gas mileage. With the lift and with the bigger tires that I put on, I was getting 21, now I'm getting 18 and a half. So that's pretty significant loss. But it looks cool. So
looking good.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a matter. I mean, like, if it fits your lifestyle, it's the kind of upgrade.
And it's winter, or it's getting cold, so using heater more.
That's one advantage of having like a cheaper car like that. Is like you can use it as a commuter, and then you can dump your money into something that you like, but not like waste money on gas.
Man, I just risk it. No, I was up in
dump
Montana,
it all in one basket.
Take my car through a blizzard.
That traction control.
Yeah, that amazing.
Barely.
Challenger.
It did not help. I was white knuckling for multiple years.
All right. Well, do we have a final say?
We do have a final.
I say your green screen is failing you, brother.
Don't worry.
That's so true.
That blue towel.
No, it's a robe.
No,
For our audio listeners, you got to go over and watch on Spotify to see what Jeb is. It's a chair.
Wow.
This guy. He is not in a recording studio.
Well, fooled you.
You did. I thought the whole time. Well, guys, thanks for the suggestions. Thanks for entertaining this. I got a lot on this list, so I'm definitely pretty hyped to invest into my truck a little bit once I get a raise.
Fun investing.
It's just a different kind of toy, really. I mean, it was Legos
Truly.
or something like that. Now it's a truck.
All right, well, let me count up the points, shall we? And I'll say, just because I'm saying your name first doesn't mean you won or lost. Jeb,
it's coin flip.
Wow. You got points for broken car. You know, your struggles, all you have with that. You got bumper with upgrades. That's so true. That's the one I'm looking at pretty seriously. More car pain. You also got points for that. I'm sure some points for getting in a wreck were also factored. So you may or may not have gotten some points for that. Well, you did. Mud flapping. I don't know if I mentioned this while we were talking about it, but the mud flaps I have on there are in pretty bad shape currently. So it's a good suggestion. Tint. Another one I was looking at very seriously. Jeb suggested window tinting, and it's pretty cheap. That Insta-Tint company I was talking about, they offer like the full set of windows for like $116.
Wow!
And they'll make you a windshield one too. So good suggestion there. Seat covers, I have written down. I don't know if I will do that soon because the seats are all right. A couple coffee stains, but good suggestion there. You also suggested ruining Bogar. I think that's running board.
Ruining Bogar.
Ruining Bogar. What the heck?
Bogar's okay.
Ruining Bogard. Running boards. That's even worse spelling. Hagart to pepper.
What?
Hardcover.
Oh,
hard topper.
All right.
Hard to pepper. Hard topper. That got a point. And then you also suggested straight piping. Or I just put straight piping down. Maybe that was just you talking about straight piping what's your Chevy?
The diesel Equinox?
Yeah. Straight piping your Equinox. And then I also have a point for blackface.
Okay.
What was blackface about?
I don't even remember. I just remember Merk.
You must have did it.
Merk said something about blackface.
Shut your mouth, sir.
Jeb did blackface.
And that leaves you with a total of 11 points.
Nice.
Wow.
For this episode.
Nice.
How many do I have?
Mr. Merk, it's time for your points. Okay, Merk, I gave you points for spending lots of...
So excited.
I give you points for this guy. He loves hosting, so he wants to win
Continue.
again, I'm sure.
Continue.
Merk got points for spending lots of money, M-O-N-E-T. I'm guessing that's money. I'm assuming. Spending lots of money on flight.
Yes, yes.
Spending lots of money on flight for Thanksgiving. I gave you a point for rerunning over armadillos because make sure they're dead.
They're
Make sure
invasive.
they can't walk off the road.
They're a pest.
Yes.
They can't roll away with their shell.
That's so true.
They don't actually roll. They like jump up a foot in the air before you hit them, apparently. They jump. And they're fast.
We'll have to unpack that in a later episode.
No need.
I'm also giving you...
I said it all.
Okay.
They jump. They're fast.
I'll also give you points for JBL Club Door Speaker Sound System. New sound system for the truck.
True.
Good suggestion, especially with that potentially blown out speaker that I have. Window thingies. I'm assuming the rain deflector.
The deflectors.
Is what that was talking about. Omni hitch. Omni man's favorite truck upgrade. Car smell. Temerarious. I think that's just trees.
Temerarious.
Car smell trees. I'm gonna be asking for some for Christmas from my mommy and my daddy. And they'll probably be like,
I'll throw one in for you as well.
yes, sweetie.
I'll get you that barbershop smell.
Goated smell. Then I also have Underglow, bro, because Underglow would be really cool, and I think definitely an upgrade that I want on that thang, little purple. And I also, that leaves, I'm not going to say your score because I also gave myself points for nostalgia.
For nostalgia.
Okay, so Merk, you got a total of 9 points.
It's a lie. I want to recount.
He wants a recount.
Take it, Merk.
He did
You
not
know you
win.
lost.
He's
He
lying.
did not win the swing states. So, Jeb,
Lying.
congratulations. You have won this episode. This is your first episode winning. Congrats.
Congrats. Congratulations.
Jeb, do you have anything you want to say for the viewers? You know, get hyped up for the next episode.
Let me tell you. You can upgrade your truck as much as you want, but what matters in life is your relationship with Jesus Christ. But the Lord has blessed us with fun things like trucks, so go and enjoy the gifts of God. But most of all, enjoy Him.
Amen. God is most glorified when we are most satisfied in Him.
Indeed.
John Piper.
Keep it
Piper
based.
said that.
Don't get distracted.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Yes. Amen. Good point, Jeb. Trucks don't last forever. They'll rust and rot. And I'll probably have another one before I die, if the Lord tarries. Merrick, you got anything you want to say to wrap out this episode? Maybe they call it a loser speech over at that other podcast, but I view you as the second winner.
Well, that's a very interesting take here, because I thought you had the least amount of points.
I don't think because I was hosting, so I was.
You kept points
you
for
have to
yourself.
look at it.
You kept a singular.
When you think
point.
about
You're
it,
at
it's kind of
1
more of
point
a.
sitting for this episode. You're kind of.
All right, thanks for watching this episode. Have a good one, boys.